Where am I? Yes, I need to go this way. Okay. Hello. We are different today. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. We are different today. Hello, Freddy. I hope that did not screw up. I hope that didn't screw up my, the sync. Is the sound good? Let me know. This is different in this way. All messages. There we go. Hello, Martha. Hello, Tammy. It's great. Okay, perfect. So, I just had my Cairo. Now we are going to go on a little shopping trip. Shit. I just did what I always laugh at other people doing. I almost curb rashed these wheels. There we go. This is a small parking lot. Very small parking lot. Okay. We're gonna go on a little drive. And I just wanted to hang out again because it seems to be the regular thing. I think today is the last day that I have 2 in one day. So this will be the last live we do in between my Cairo appointments. Going left. And I figured, so as to make the most of my time, I would do my errands right now because I have an hour. I have to be back at 5:30. Hello, Tori Lynn, Costa Rica. Hey. Hello, Crocus. Man, I haven't seen that name in a minute. One thing I wanted to mention in this video is, well, actually, there's a couple things. So, the one that I had thought about initially was that we had a weird issue with one of the videos I put on Instagram, a 3-minute short. And so I re-uploaded it as a regular long video, but it's in this format. It's in vertical format. And I don't know if it will show. I don't know if you can watch it if you hold your phone like this or if you have to watch it like this. I'm not sure. But I re-uploaded it with extra explanation, extra stuff, whatever. I expanded on the ADD-ness, whatever. If you watch it, awesome. If you decide not to watch it, that's fine too, I guess. But that's the video titled, "Is This ADD?" I think is what I titled it. Anyway, if you follow my Instagram, you'll have seen the part. But anyways, the issue was that YouTube didn't like that I used this copyrighted music, which they often don't like. But they usually just demonetize. This time they like globally restricted it, and I've never had that happen before. Usually they'll just restrict it in certain countries, like it'll restrict it in like Afghanistan or some weird place, which I always find weird. I don't think I have any Afghanistan viewers. Also, well, this is gonna reveal my ignorance. I'm pretty sure that over there right now is not a great place for the citizens, so they probably have other things to worry about than some random dude in Canada putting baseboard up in his house and drawing pictures. But anyway, there's that. And then what's kind of cool, so I had my art show like a month ago now, right? And I painted this picture of Marvin the Martian, and it sold on, I don't know what the date is today, but it sold on the 4th. On the 4th? Sold on the 4th. So sold basically, or sold on the 4th or the 5th. Whenever Sterling had an art show with another artist, Napoleone, and it sold at his show. That's hilarious that it sold at his show and not my show. And I didn't go to his show because I just mismanaged my time. Anyway, it sold there, which is pretty cool. So basically sold 1 month later, which is pretty awesome. And what's awesome about it is I'm going to use that money. I had just told my, because I don't know how much I've talked about this on the regular YouTube feed, but at least on my Patreon, I've talked about and updated about putting an addition on my house. And so I had the architect come out and all that stuff. I'm going to build the house with help from my old boss. So I've hired my old boss to manage the bulk of the framing and the concrete stuff. Anyway, the architect costs like $1,000 or something like that, and then the engineer costs maybe another $1,000. I can't remember. But anyway, I told him. He asked me. He's like, you're able to just go ahead with this? Meaning, like, can you pay for the whatever if I just ask him to do it? Which is a fair question. But I said, yeah, in theory I do, but I don't actually know what we have planned, because we're also doing some plumbing and stuff in the basement, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, since I sold this painting, now I'm just going to use that money to pay for the architect drawings and the engineering stuff. So that's pretty freaking awesome. Okay, we are going to go into, let's see here. I need brad nails and spray paint, but actually I already got brad nails, so we actually don't need brad nails. We just need spray paints. So that's how my day is going, which is pretty cool. How's your days going? Everyone who's hopped on today. By the way, I'm wearing my Oilers gear. I got this for my birthday from my in-laws. They always get me in Oilers gear, which I don't know if it's just become a tradition for them, but I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. But today we have a game we're playing Las Vegas. Anyone here a Las Vegas Knights fan? Hopefully this doesn't cut out, because I'm going into this steel building, so it might actually cut out. But since I don't have to go far in, hopefully it won't. Sarah L, is everyone ready for my birthday next Thursday? Yeah, that's funny. Happy birthday. Okay. So, if you're part of my Patreon, then you know that I am making a chocolate bar. And I ran out of brown paint, so I'm coming here to get gloss leather brown. That looks chocolatey. I've been blowing up balloons for you, Sarah. My cheeks hurt. All right. Okay, and I also want to get a primer. But I want to get the bullseye stuff in a rattle can.
Yeah, find something?
Do you have white primer in like the bullseye or the 1, 2, 3 stuff? No, just roll on stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I don't need that. That's okay. Well, I might need orange paint. Oh, you do have some? That's it, yeah. That'll work. Perfect, thank you. Perfect. All right. Oh, I also need, excuse me, where would you have wood filler?
It should be on the other.
On the other side of this?
This bay, just on the other side. I can see it from here.
Okay, perfect. Physical therapy is for broken humorists. That's what I'm doing. Damn, hilarious. Broke your funny bone, huh? That sucks. Wood filler, wood filler. He said he could see it from here. Ah, there it is. I need white. This will do. My grandfather told me that using glazing works really well because it doesn't shrink. Whereas this definitely shrinks. And I think I should be good with that. Man, everything's so freaking expensive now. I'm also, although I could just make it. I have lots of sawdust. Yeah, I'll just make it. Why spend $10 on something that I can just make for free? Alright. How do I pay for this? Hello.
Do you have a VIP account?
I do.
Is it
Yeah, it's both of those. Yeah.
$39.23?
On debit, please.
And
Thank you. You too. Alright, guys. That's that. That's all I had to do. I already did all my other errands today. I just made breakfast for dinner. Anyone want some breakfast casserole? Egg, potato, bacon, double cheese. That sounds like dinner with breakfast in it. That sounds like something that, I don't know, casseroles? It sounds good. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys what I need the brown paint for. Look how freaking fun this is. Hopefully it's not like buffering or like pixelated. Is this not the coolest thing? Oh, I'm not pixelated. Okay. Good. Probably pixelated inside the store because there's not good service. But is that not awesome? Like, I kept in like the wood flaws and stuff just because it's part of my primitive series, primitive sculpture series. I can't remember what I called it, but I'm making a wrapper for this next. But I didn't paint the bottom yet, so I needed more brown. But look at this. This one has a bite out of it because I actually screwed it up. Squares look like Cadbury. Yeah, kind of, hey? I guess it's loosely based off of that, but like this looks like, well, you can see the wood grain, but it like when this is just sitting on the table or whatever, it looks like a real chocolate bar, like a giant chocolate bar. I just think it's so fun. So I making one for, well, both of them are for Patreon, I guess. Once for last month. I didn't finish it because I ran out of stuff and I couldn't figure out how to make a wrapper. But I was at the print shop today and I asked him about some material. So he has a material, but he has to get another material. But unfortunately, so if you're part of my Patreon, I said that maybe Thursday I'd be able to continue on with that. But unfortunately, whoever he orders from is out of stock, so that's behind. So if I have to wait forever, then we might go a different route. Now you need chocolate. Well, at the Cairo, they have these chocolates that like on the desk or whatever you call it, not the desk, but like the where you first enter in. Man, I really hate this parking lot. I actually hate this whole complex. Dude, should I go to Costco for $1.50 hot dog? Because it's right there. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Oh, I could go to Cerdo. I think they're open on Tuesdays. Nah, I'm not gonna get tacos right now anyway. I don't feel like a hot dog either. Rona used to have like popcorn. It's like a hardware store or like a home store, building store. They don't anymore. But anyway, they have chocolate at the Cairo, and I always eat several of those. I don't know if they're ever like, dude, it's one per person per visit or whatever. But I'm like, well, if it's only one per person, why is there more than one out? I don't need an obnoxious amount. I'm just kidding, but that semi-truck had a Monster Energy drink logo on his truck sideways. I'm pretty sure because it looks like claws have clawed through the metal, but it looks kind of weird seeing it sideways. So besides broken bones sorry, I forget who that was. Does anyone else have anything interesting going on at the moment? Or is it just a lazy day for everyone? And I hate these lights here too, because these lights are always very long, because they have like these sensors on them, but I don't think they can see, because they never turn green. They take forever to turn green, especially the one over there. Actually, I've never been to this one, I don't think. I know for sure that one there sucks. Lewis is getting mentally ready for weekend work. Okay. I forgot what you did. You like working like a clone place where they do cloning, right? They clone sheep and stuff, right? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's a cloning place. That's cool work though. It's cool work. See, he retracted his response there, and he put laugh emojis. You know he's part of that. Oh, by the way, I'm seeing some smoke in the distance here. Oh, finally. See how long that light was? That was nuts, right? That was way too long. It's lucky I don't need to be anywhere. I'm not going to say it was me, but oftentimes a guy in a very similar truck to this one, or the other truck that I drive, often will run those red lights if it's safe to do so, because they are ridiculously long. Anyways, there's smoke over here. I'm probably going to put it in one of my future vlogs, because I happened to film it when I was closer to it. I can just see if I can show it. You can kind of see it looks like clouds, kind of, but it's smoke. Let's see if you can see maybe right above the Home Depot, right there should be, I have to stop again, but you can't really see the smoke from here right now at the moment, but there's black smoke and there's white smoke. It's a grass fire. In fact, my neighbor Armando, he called me as I was leaving home. He was arriving home, and he said, hey, yeah, I got off work early because there's a fire at my work. And so like somehow the grass started on fire, and it was like contained for a small amount of time. Whoever was there was trying to put it out, but it's windy. Like, look at those flags on that car, right? Go Oilers, by the way. It's quite windy, and so it's picked up, and it burnt down the little forest, if you will, right behind the Costco on the other side. Like, this is St. Albert that I'm in. This happened on the west end of Edmonton, so it's over there. see if that smoke shows up. Although it'd probably be pixelated, wouldn't it? Yeah, there it is. I don't know how well you can see that. It's like this brownish smoke. I guess it's not exactly black smoke, but it's like brown smoke right above the trees there. Again, I'm not sure how well that shows up. But yeah, just right over here. That'll focus. Kind of looks like clouds, but it's smoke. Hopefully it doesn't turn into something crazy. The store that I was just at used to be a Lowe's, which is they bought Rona, which was a Canadian company. But a lot of Canadian folks like to, especially now, but at the time it wasn't as big of a deal, like to support Canadian stores. But Canadian stores often cost more than American stores for whatever reason, and so they'll just go to wherever it's cheaper. But then when the Americans buy the Canadian stores, they get all, you know, flustered. So Lowe's just turned it back into Rona. They just changed the name back, or called it Rona Plus instead of Rona, and now people are going there again. So anyways, the store I was just at, they have another one right where this fire was, and I was gonna go there, but then it was like the fire's right next to it. So then I was like, well, everyone's leaving, so they're probably blocked it off and they're directing people away from it. So I was like, I'll just go to a different one, and so that's why I went where I went. Yeah, you might be able to see it a lot better now. Let's see if I can zoom in. What's the last day you expect there might be frost so you can plant your garden? As Bluebird. I guess this weekend. Yeah, that's crazy. Pet. So you can see me here, LOL. Yay, now to fix Patreon. You know what, Pet? I think actually Ashley told me. She said that she fixed it. She figured it out. You were, for whatever reason, I didn't do it. It must have been a moderator who did it either on purpose or by accident, but they like somehow like restricted your ability to message. So I don't know who it was, and I don't know why it was, but she figured it out and she unrestricted you. So yeah, you should be fine now. So sorry about that. I don't know. I have no idea why that happened. I could see your messages on the Patreon app, but obviously not on the live videos that we were doing. So now it should work. What's the city you're in? I'm in a city called Saint Albert, who is the saint of Albert, I guess. I don't know. The patron saint of snobbiness. I'm just kidding. There's always these jokes about if you live in St. Albert that you're really rich, and I always joke about that sentiment. People here are like the same as basically anywhere else, but there's less homelessness here, although I think it's illegal to be homeless here in the city. I think they just literally like just do it. No, never mind, I'm not gonna say that. But I think what they actually do is they just move you if you're homeless, just so it doesn't make the city look bad, because this is not a big city, so it'd be very obvious. Although in Edmonton, it's not very big either. It's big-ish. It's like 1 million people. And geographically, it's decent size, I guess, at least for this part of Canada. It's not like Vancouver or Toronto or anything like that, but, you know, decently big. It's very easy to see what are like the quote-unquote bad areas of town. which honestly are my favorite. This reminds me of my childhood. What time is it? We have still lots of time? Oh yeah, we still got half an hour here. Okay, I'm gonna plug you guys in here. What's the population of St. Albert? You know, I don't actually know, but we could look it up. You know, I'm gonna set you guys up here. I had you guys like this because I knew I was gonna drive. Hold on a second. I knew I was gonna drive and I thought it'd be easier to hold you like this. There we go. Well, I don't know how to hold you like that. Hold on a second, let me try that again. Okay, that might be easier. Okay, there we go. Okay, can I do this? Okay, but the camera's here. Dude, that looks so weird. Oh wait, you guys didn't flip with me. Alright, never mind. I have some tape. I don't know where it is now. Alright, that's okay. I can just do this. What is the population of St. Albert? 72,316 as per the 2024 municipal census. What is the population of Edmonton? Oh, and I'm just thinking now the Edmonton population probably includes St. Albert, all the metropolis areas. So the population of Edmonton is 1.087 million as per the 2022 census. Oh, okay, so 1.1 in Edmonton and 1.4 with the metropolitan area. Okay. So not very big at all, but there's like all these little towns around, like Morinville's just over here, and then Westlock is a little further, and then there's Villeneuve, which is just over there, and St. Albert, Spruce Grove and Stony Plain, and Devon and Nisku and Leduc and Beaumont and Sherwood Park and Fort Saskatchewan, and like all these like little towns that have not been absorbed by Edmonton yet, but they are, you know, they're nearby. Josh, you need to make a suicide phone holder so it stays upright on the steering wheel. LOL. What's a suicide phone holder? Alright, Sarah, see you later. Isn't Confections Keiko in St. Albert? It is. They're closed on Tuesdays. Otherwise, yeah, we could go there. I'm just gonna put this up here so that we have some shade so my phone doesn't overheat while we're in here. Lots of French-sounding names to the surrounding towns. Yeah? I don't know if I ever thought they sounded French, but I guess, yeah, I guess they do, don't they? Leduc. I actually met a French dude yesterday at the rec center. I could not understand a word he said, but we're in the pool and he goes, "Hey, boss!" And I'm like, "Me?" And he's like, "Hey," he's like, "You think come over here and go over there?" And I was like, "Huh?" And then he's like, "Watch." And then he like swims to the other side of the pool, and then he's like, because we were playing with a football, and then I was like, "Oh, he wants to play pass," but he was French, but he had like a really deep voice, so he kind of sounded like, who did he sound like? Who would be an example of a deep voice like that? Okay, what's that dude's name on the Green Mile? What the heck's that guy's name? The guy, I don't feel so good. Oh, is that one of his lines? He's Kingpin in Daredevil, the movie. Oh, what else is he in? He kind of sounded like him anyway. Oh, you know what? I can look it up. Who's the actor who played Kingpin in the movie? Michael. Oh, that's what? I would have never known that was his name. For some reason, I thought it was. Oh, Michael Clark Duncan. Maybe that would have worked. He sounds like Michael Clark Duncan, and if you don't know who that is, that's this guy. Sorry about the big ass glare. There you go, Martha. I want to check out confections. I would like to see your jellyfish sculpture. Yeah, I will take you there. I don't think it has moved from the place that I set it, because it is very, very annoying to take down and set up. It takes some patience, and it's heavy. I like the turning knob on the wheel that allows... Oh, like the turning... yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes. What? What was I gonna say? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so the French dude. I found out that he's from France. I asked him if he was from Quebec, and he said Quebec is hypocrite. And I was like, oh, okay. It was funny. He's like, it is not French, it is garbage. He didn't say that, but he said something like with that sentiment. But he was joking. Anyways, he's a decent enough guy. There is an emergency. I don't know if you guys can hear the sirens. Well, they turned them off. Are they not right there? Is that him? I think it is. But they stopped. Maybe the emergency is done. Matthew, is that you? Oh, they're turning in. What is... Oh, that's not a... The first thing that I thought was like a emergency vehicle is actually a... Oh, this guy thinks I'm looking at him now. It is actually a Ford Bronco, I think, a red one. What did I do? Right. Oh, yeah, it's a Ford... I think it's a Ford Bronco. I'm pretty sure. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know. Is this a Ford Bronco? I'm pretty sure that's a Ford Bronco. First, I thought that was like a ambulance or something when I couldn't see the whole thing, but now I can see basically the whole thing. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Sometimes the hot exhaust pipe from a vehicle or sparks from a train can start a grass fire. I do believe there's train tracks there. But... No. Oh, actually, there's a bridge, a train bridge that goes across the freeway there. And it's possible that it goes down, although it wasn't really there if I remember correctly. It was further along because the train goes more, the way that it comes across the highway. And then the the freeway goes over top of the highway. The highway goes like this, and then the freeway goes around the city. And then the highway actually goes underneath it, and then the train is further that way, and it comes and cuts across. Possible, though. I bet you it was like a glass bottle or a cigarette or, I don't know, a piece of plastic or something that just, the sun just went through it. Or something, because there's lots of litter in that area, if I'm honest. Looks like a Bronco. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. Yes, a Bronco. Tia Green, how's it going? Every time I hear a Bronco mention, I remember the O.J. Simpson police chase. Yeah. They should have had him before he died. They should have had him in their commercials when they got the new Bronco. Because that was the last year, or not the last year, but the last, well, maybe the last year. I don't know what year that was. I don't even think I was alive yet. But the last generation of the Bronco till now. Now they have a new generation of Bronco. They should have got him to do the commercials. That would have been in bad taste probably, but you know. I wonder if he got one. Boy, did he die before they came out with the new one? I don't even know. I'm not sure. What time is it? 5:07. Chase was 94 and it was a 93 Bronco. Okay, 93. Okay, those Broncos, at least that generation of pickup was till 95. That's this generation that I'm driving right now. This pickup here is the same style, if you will, of the Bronco he was driving. Call it an arrow nose. The nickname is the arrow nose. Before that was the brick nose, and before that was the bull nose, and before that was the dent side, and before that was the bump side, and before that was the slick side, I want to say. And before that, I don't know what. I barely know slick side. I don't like the new baby Broncos. They should be a more substantial vehicle. Yeah, they remind me of the Bronco 2s. I hate them. Yeah, the Bronco Sports, they're freaking hideous. And for a minute, I was like, I didn't know that they did that. I was tripping out. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? How come sometimes I'm seeing Broncos and I like them, and sometimes I'm seeing Broncos and I hate them? I was like, I didn't realize that they had like the full-size Bronco and like the mini Bronco. I was like, how is this even possible? The sun is coming in and heating up the phone here, so I'm actually going to move you guys over here a little bit. Wait, probably put you. If I put you in the window like this. Oh, I have to hold you still. If I do this. There we go. Oh, shit. Let me know if the wind is loud. That's what I was going to say. But it might just be too windy to put you in here. Okay, I'll just hold you. Yeah, the Bronco 2s I also didn't like. And for a time, I didn't realize that they made a full size and the mini Bronco at the same time. Why would you go from like a nice badass vehicle to something that sucks? But I mean, that's what they did with the Mustang. They had a cool Mustang, and then they did the Mustang 2, and the ugliest car. Not the ugliest car, but a pretty ugly car. Although I'm a fan of people turning ugly cars into cool cars, like the Ford Torino. Hideous in this one year. Well, I can't remember, 70 something. But they have a really cool one in Fast and Furious 5, I think, at the end of the movie. Which I really... Actually, you know what? Let me look it up. I'm not talking about the one that the bad guy drives. Ford Torino Dom drives. pretty sure it's a Ford Torino. Here it is. Oh, it's a 1969. Let's see if I can show it to you. Oh, come on. They only have one picture of it, and it's not a great picture. Hold on. Here we go. Turn the brightness up in here. Okay. What I want to do is show you what a regular one looks like, so you can see how cool this one looks like. Okay. So 69. 1969 Ford Torino. Okay, let's see if I can get it facing the right way. Okay, it's facing the opposite way, so I'll try to find the other one better. Fast and Furious Ford Torino Dom. Oh. Ford Torino Talladega. Sorry, this is probably annoying. Gosh, it's facing the wrong way. It's easier to have a compare. Ah, here we go. Okay, now let me just do a quick swiggity bing bang boom here. Oh, screw off. Sorry, bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. That's okay. Well, actually, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Capture and save. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This phone is going to overheat as well. Okay. Okay, so mine was a 69 Mustang 305 with big meats. 69 is nice. Okay, here, oh shit, hold on. We need more, we need more darkness. Okay, there we go. So the top is stock. That one actually is a nice one, honestly. But the body lines without those stickers or the paint job looks terrible. But the bottom, adding that little vent, that tire vent, adds so much to the build. And then you see how they've done like a two-tone there. They put a different hood on there. They shaved the front bumper a little bit. They completely got rid of the rear bumper sticking out on the side. It's just a way more handsome car. The stance is better. It looks like it's lower, or maybe it's just bigger wheels that help with that. I'm pretty sure it is a little lower how it like goes in, and it looks like they've lipped the fenders. It looks way better. If you look up a Ford Torino, they're quite not nice looking. Some of them are nice. There's always exceptions, but anyways, my point is I'm a big fan of making ugly cars look nice. A lot of people think that the Ford Mustang, the Fox body version that I have, that's in the last video I just uploaded, they think those are hideous. They think they're the worst Mustang to ever be. And I think they're the best Mustang. To me, they're just the coolest. And I think that just comes from my childhood. My brother Ken had these magazines that he would buy called Muscle Mustangs and Fast Fords, I think it was called. And a lot of times there would be a Fox body Mustang on there, brake stand, like front end in the air. And I was like, damn, that is so cool. And then we would go to the racetrack and I'd see cars do that. And I just loved it. And I was like, that is my dream car. That's the car I'm going to get one day. And then I did get one. And obviously by then I realized you have to put a lot of work to get the, the horsepower doesn't just grow on trees. You got to spend a lot of money to have your car do that. I don't care if my car does that or not. I just love it. My next dream car is a Ford GT40, or any of the Ford GTs really. I like all of them. They stay true to the original look, but they're very expensive now. Those car pictures remind me of the El Camino. I kind of get why you would think that, but they're nothing like an El Camino. Not even close, but I understand why you would say that. Worst Mustang, in my opinion, is the fastbacks. Which one? Like the first one? Or the second one? Like what year? If you're talking about like those like 70s, I agree, those are hideous as well. But they can be cool. I've seen plenty that I like as well. I grew up in Southern California and moved to Florida in my early 20s, so all about the beach life, LOL. Okay. We had a friend with one and he'd take the top off and cruise around. I thought it was so cool. Oh, what did he have? Hold on, let me see here. Just take the top off and line the back with plastic so we could make a pool to ride. Oh, an El Camino, maybe is what you're saying. Or what? Blazer or Bronco? What one had the removable hardtop roof in the 70s, 80s? They both did. Oh, in the 80s? Yeah, they've always had it so they can come off. The Blazer is the Chevy version, basically. I don't know what came first, the Bronco or the Blazer. Nowadays, the Blazer sucks. Oh, you see a Blazer just looks like a regular SUV. It may as well, like, I don't understand why they desecrated their own brand like that. Let's see here. What came first, the Blazer or the Bronco? The Ford Bronco came first, debuting in 1966, and then the Blazer came in 1969. Ford has often been like the trailblazer in vehicles. Like the Ranchero came before the El Camino and stuff. But Ford gets a lot of flack for being like unreliable and stuff. I have not seen it where it's like you can reliably have an unreliable vehicle in any brand, except for Dodge. And I've only seen that circumstantial. So I don't really know where that comes from, but the jokes are they're funny to take part in. Chevy Blazer, or shit. Oh yeah, okay, it brought it up anyway. Okay, here's the new Chevy Blazer. What is that? That's just a regular SUV. And it's not even a full-size SUV. It's like a crossover SUV. Stupid. First generation Blazer. And then the first Blazer is... let's do a better color. Look how badass that looks. That looks cool as heck. I don't understand why they would do that. But whatever, to each their own. Ford has done a lot of questionable stuff as well. Obviously, you guys know that I'm a fan of Ford when it comes to vehicles, rather than, say, Chevy or Dodge as the domestics. I guess Tesla would be domestic as well. There's probably a few other ones, but yeah, I don't know, man. Welcome back, Lulu. Is that your nickname, Lewis? Lewis says I'm back, and then Freddie says welcome back, Lulu. So many current cars look the same, so I find it hard to tell them apart. I don't agree that they look the same, but I do understand that they look the same, if you know what I mean. Like, I can tell them apart, but they do look the same. They all look very boring. I do not get it. I don't get it. That's SUVs for the most part, I would say. Ford, Chevy, and Dodge don't make cars anymore, so you wouldn't really see that. They only make the Mustang, the Corvette. Do they make the Camaro? I don't remember. Dodge Viper. Or do they even make the Dodge? Hold on. Let's see. What cars does Chrysler currently make? Chrysler itself. Okay, hold on. What's the... Okay, oh, right, because Ram. Okay, hold on. What cars does Dodge currently make? So they make the Charger, the Challenger, the Hornet. Well, that's 2023. Hold on. Okay, Dodge all vehicles lineup. Let's see here. I don't know how... Oh, the Hornet is a crossover SUV. Okay, okay. What? That's all you make? You make 3 cars now? That can't be right. Hold on. Vehicles. Okay. Charger, Daytona. Honestly, I love the Daytona. I believe it's electric, but it's 2-door Charger. I don't understand why they ever went to a 4-door. I guess I do understand they were going to market to a bigger audience. Wait, that's it? Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat. Yeah, so when I said Chrysler, I meant like all of them. Okay. This doesn't make any sense. They only make 4 cars now. They don't even make the Dodge Viper anymore. Wow. That's crazy. They only make the Dodge Hornet, the Dodge Durango, and the Dodge Charger Daytona. Damn, okay. What cars does Chevy currently make? I know they make the Corvette, which I don't really like the Corvette. I do like it, but I don't like it as a Corvette. I wish they made it something else. Okay, how do I... Okay, here we go. Chevy current lineup. Okay, they have 6. What are they? Chevy Trax. The Tahoe. The Tahoe is like a staple. They'll probably always do this. The Tahoe and the Suburban. Okay. Tahoe, Suburban. And the 1500, 2500, 3500. Okay. And then the small truck, the Colorado. And then they have electric versions. And then they have an electric, whatever that is, SUV. Equinox? Okay, Equinox. And then performance. Okay, here we go. This is what I would care about. They have the Corvette Stingray. Oh, they have an electric one, a Corvette E-Ray. And the Z06. And the ZR1. ZR1 being the top. Dude, I remember back in the day when the Z06 was like, that was the jam. They always gotta, you know, one up themselves. 01 is like more limited. So, oh, they have the Malibu, so they still do a sedan. Okay. Okay, they do one sedan, and it's the Chevy Malibu. See, Chevy is smart, because Ford doesn't make any right now. And neither does Dodge, I guess. What cars does Ford currently make? I think it's just the... Oh, I guess the Ford Mach-E. Mach-E. It's freaking hideous. Let's see here. 2025 Ford models. How many of you actually care about this? I'm just curious. I just want to see what this is all about here. I got to go in anyways. Okay, obviously the F-150, F-250, F-350, the Ford Escape, which is a small SUV, Ford Bronco Sport, which is another small SUV, the Ford Bronco, which is full-size SUV, the Ford Lightning, which I hate. The third generation Ford Lightning sucks because it's not special, it's just electric. When the first generation and the second generation were a special car. The Ford Mustang Mach-E, which I just mentioned. The Ford Maverick, which is kind of like a Ranger, I guess. Ford Explorer, which is a medium-sized SUV. Oh, they do the Ford Ranger as well. Well, the Maverick, I think, is a unibody. Kind of like the... I forget what the old Ford was before the small Ranger, the mini Ranger. Not the Ranger package for the full-size pickups, but the Courier, Ford Courier. Okay, and the Ford Mustang, and that's it. Yeah, man. Times are changing. People are not driving anymore. Automotive, there's no, I don't know. Times are changing. And it's weird, and I don't like it. I'm an old man now. Why can't things be the way they were when I was a boy? You know? I am going to be late, but that's okay. I was just looking at the Ford lineup last Sunday. Ah, you're going to get a Mustang or something? Get a Mustang. That would be so badass. I have a 2001 F-250, over 300,000 miles on original engine, but decided to drop in a new one anyway. Oh, you should have seen how far it went. 2001? Oh, I hate 2001 Ford pickups, honestly. But if you like it, then who cares what I think? The generation before is the last one. The Super Duties. So the Super Duties are still nice. That's my opinion. I love it when people love their cars, especially if they're not necessarily like special or fancy or whatever. That's so cool to me. Like, that's why I keep saying that I'm looking for... That's the guy who hit my truck. That's why I keep trying to get I keep mentioning that I want to get the Ford... why can't I think of it now? The Ford... LTD LX. It's ugly, but it's so fun. So I want to get it, but I don't know if I ever will. I left my phone number on one a couple weeks ago. They didn't call me back though. All right, I will see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. This was very random. Have a good